and welcome, my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon in Libra, waning to new moon in Aries, March into April 2021. The longest intro ever. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hi. Hey, my Sagittarians. Oh, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to be working today on the tube of you. But before we get down to business, let's get down to business. My book, Words of Grace, is up on Kindle. Very, very happy about that. Been selling a little bit here, a little bit there, but we did do a soft launch. We're doing a bit more now that the weather is warming up, and my business partner, Dylan Martinson, my Kindle editor, and I have some plans in the hopper, getting ready to pop her. So if you're interested, links are in the description box. Check out my book. It's good. It's beautiful, actually, visually as well as verbally, if I do say so myself, because I can, because I wrote it. Also doing some stuff on Facebook, right? My DrawingTheCircle Productions Facebook page. We're doing both free and paid events. I'm doing tarot parties and lectures and workshops, as well as some free stuff as time and schedules allow. So all that's in the description box below. I've been bringing new people to the channel so I can work on some other projects while doing readings here. Nancy Antonucci, Mal Flanders is getting ready to come on. Sagittarian probably watching this at some point. Got a couple of other readers, a yoga teacher I'm in discussion with, bringing them all to the channel so that eventually they can launch their own channels as well. DrawingTheCircle Productions, bringing people together with spirit since 1998. Ting! Anyway, that business out of the way, let's talk about you, shall we? We are doing an 8-card draw, 1 card from 8 different card systems. This time we are doing 4 oracles, although technically one of them is not really an oracle, but it's new to the DrawingTheCircle Productions divination team. 2 tarot decks, 2 healing systems to get you the clues, tips, and hints that you need. Hence a what do I need read for a specific timeline, sort of like a card a day, except 8 and for 2 weeks. We are looking at the full moon on Sunday, March 28th, 2:48 p.m. That's full moon in Libra, which is tomorrow at the time of this recording. We are looking at the waning moon. This is a waning moon read, going to the new moon in Aries on Sunday, April 11th, 10:31 p.m. All times are Eastern. I am in New York. This is a general read, right? So standard YouTube reading rules apply. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information, perhaps about what's about to hit the table or something else completely different that you need to know about. The only thing I can ask other than that from anyone watching one of my readings here is both feet on the floor if you can. You know, if you're kicking back, that's fine. I get it. Focus on your breath, if you will. I will do the same. To be here in the present moment, to bring through the clarity, guidance, and grace from the pantheons of the divine, to which I am from birth contracted to do this work, apparently. So let's get up in this gig. Please take a nice deep breath. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box with lots of cool links if you are interested in exploring deeper and further into different subjects. Otherwise, here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly, the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, new deck, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, using the Carolyn Mace archetype deck, what is the dominant archetype? Soul power being developed, stuff being healed from shadow to light, lead to gold, toxic to healthy, pain to peace. Within the Scorpio, within the Sagittarian, within somebody they're dealing with, within a situation, all of that, some of that, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Well. Now look, this is one of them, they're triggery ones. Well, they're all triggery if you understand archetypes. Archetypes are neutral. particularly in this deck because they are defined. Carolyn Mace, PhD, bless her heart, love her dearly, wrote on these cards the shadow and the light attribute. The shadow, what you don't want to look at, or if you do look at it, you don't want anybody to know, so you keep it hidden in the shadow, your private agendas, all that stuff. The light, what it is that you grow out of it, that you learn, you heal. Lead to gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold. You can't destroy those 3 atoms. Can't be created or destroyed, only transformed, but you can release them. Waning moon. Lead, an insulator, what prevents energy from moving. Gold, a conductor, a high conductor, actually. So this is a wild family archetype, and I'm going to have to explain this one a bit before we go on because it is so very triggering, but understand as dark as any archetype sound is as brilliant as the light is, and vice versa. Like as beautiful as an archetype might sound, like the artist. Oh, it's so beautiful in its light, but in its shadow, it's just as toxic. So the wild family, there are 9 families of archetypes. The wild card family is the ones that don't fit in anywhere else, and this is the addict archetype. Now remember, this could be you, this could be somebody else, this could be an addictive situation, but with a huge opportunity for soul growth here. And this is a challenge, but what better than a waning moon to wane addictions? Now, by the way, everybody has their addictions, right? And like anything else, you can have an addiction for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? Ode to Twilight, cologne, and perfume, right? And the level of how much it impacts your health physically is you know, relative, because not everybody's addicted to drugs and alcohol, right? That's immediately where people go. But what about being addicted to food? You got to eat. What about being a workaholic? I've danced with that. I burned myself out so many times. It wasn't worth it, right? It kind of snapped me out of it, particularly being a YouTuber and putting out, like, so you kind of get that. It can be, plus that feeling of accomplishment and success can be a little thrilling as well. But what about the mental addictions? Like the addiction to being right, or the addiction to self-pity. And again, this isn't just you. Everybody's got it, right? So reason, season, or lifetime. Now, I'm going to read this. The shadow attribute compromises integrity and honesty. There's more, but that's it right there. Like, how do you know an addict is lying? Their lips are moving, right? We're texting. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And look, we all have them. So do understand through the unity consciousness, right? The quantum entanglement of unity consciousness, that we are all one. Anytime anybody heals an addiction, even a little bit, it is affecting the collective unconscious, particularly the addict archetype. Remember, don't have to have the addict archetype to have an addiction. Does that make sense? Yeah. And the best, or at least I should say the simplest and clearest definition of an addiction is one from A Handbook to Higher Consciousness by Ken Keyes, K-E-Y-E-S. God, this is going way back to the 80s, the late 80s. That an addiction is a preference that when not met creates suffering. Oh, well then that just kind of like blew the doors off of that. The walls just fell down on what we can consider addiction. But what we're looking here is, does it compromise your integrity and honesty? Or the light attribute you're shooting for here, helping you recognize and confront addictive behavior. And that's why it might be, if you have already cleared a bunch of addictive stuff, you might be confronting others in it as well. But we'll see. All right, so it's a lot of explanation for that one card, but it's not like it's, you know, there are other archetypes that are just easier sounding, right? So it's just, I can feel it. People are like, oh no, the addict archetype, click off. It's like, well, you know, get that larger picture of it. Everybody's got at least one, right? Breathe. Some people are addicted to looking good. I mean, I don't suffer that. I just look good for camera. I don't mind looking like I'm a Virgo. I can change the way I look in a blink of an eye. I go from lead to gold so fucking fast and gold to lead so fucking fast. Shapeshifter. Anyway, let's ask the angels. Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, my angels of fire and the sign of Sagittarius, my Michaelites, please, one card in clarity. For the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with the addict archetype in some way, shape, or form, who is the perfect healing angel that offers their assistance, but they need to call upon. They need to dot and make the prayer so it can be heard. knock on the door so it may be answered. This full moon in Libra, waning to new in to April. My blue apron just showed up, and I don't mean a literal blue apron, my food delivery, so I'm going to pause this in a second. You're fucking kidding me. Divine timing. I'll be right back. Oh, that was fun. I got me some udon. I'm so excited. Okay. I'm not a chef, but I love to cook. I don't know play that. But what's cracking me up is the divine timing card, right? Like literally, like I'm watching him come in my gate because I have the door open with the, you know, my cats don't get out. I got the glass door there. So, you know, just everything in perfect timing. Now look, you put these two together, right? Impatience itself can have a biological component to it, that stress, that cortisol, that the adrenaline, right? So there's just all sorts of reasons why to call into the angel of divine timing. Like I said, some addictions are reason, season, or lifetime. And by the way, codependence falls under this as well. So just to know that again, whenever, I'm just going to say, if you ever come across these cards, or really anything having to do with the healing system, oracle, whatever, what is the purpose or the job of the healing angel of divine timing? Sure, does everything heal in time? Does time heal all wounds? Or is it merely a question of being the hero on the hero's journey and confronting what has power over you, right? What allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your own spirit that compels you to do things that otherwise you would not do, right? It's that thing. If a preference is not satisfied and it creates suffering, it's an addiction. So that's a very, very broad scope. And again, you could be dealing this with somebody else too, right? Let's keep that in mind. Keeping with the angelic vibe, we're going to do the Crystal Oracle, dedicated to the voice of Archangel Ariel, one of the three archangels of the North powers of Earth, hence the Crystal Oracle, and the Archangel of Lyons, and I'm Angelo Lyons, so I guess you'd say she claimed me at birth. Please take a nice deep breath. Because I love her so, my beloved Archangel Ariel, particularly for the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the perfect healing crystal oracle, right? Whether it's the stone itself, right, that might help them here with divine timing and some sort of, you know, massive healing opportunity to heal even what we think of as small addictions. Like one little change can really empower us to really confront and transform here, but all in divine timing. So what is that perfect crystal oracle message for them? What's in the book, the stone itself, whoever, whatever that they need with the healing angel of divine timing, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Ooh, gold with quartz. That's a very powerful combo, considering gold being the alchemical, let's say the archetypal alchemical destination here, like what you're shooting for, right? To take the lead of experience and withdraw from it the wisdom, the gold. Gold with quartz. This one has not come up in a while. Gold with quartz. Keywords: physically grounding. All right, so Saggies, grounding, getting in your body, abstract ideas, and inspirations. Okay, now that seems to, well, that would make sense. They seem so opposite, the density of gold and the lightness of quartz. So the physically grounding, very masculine energy, the metal gold, the element of I guess you say the element of gold, but the abstract ideas and inspiration of clear quartz. Several wonderful ideas and inspirations are filtering through into your physical reality, which means also they can be coming from the outside, I think is another way to interpret that. These ideas and inspirations which stem from your soul will help you manifest many of the things your heart has for so long desired. I think this is upping the ante a bit here. Over the coming days, your intuition will be strong, and you will have a greater sense of the universal spirit that flows through all things. So that's hinting at a direct experience of unity consciousness. Now, the thing about before we go, I mean, there's still more here. I'll get to it. But the thing about the angel of divine timing, it can mean like whatever addictive patterns you dealt with in yourself or others, necessary, absolutely necessary, right? To prepare you for an experience, like even sensing the oneness, while it is very much the grace of reverence, root chakra grace, along with the grace of kindness that we are all of one kind, right? A greater sense of the universal spirit that flows through all things. Through this newfound sense of joy, a newfound sense of joy and wonder emerges, one which transforms your life. Now, this is where, you know, I feel like the shadow here, if someone or something is compromising integrity and honesty here, or allowing an addictive pattern to have authority, right? Instead of the divine having the authority, we've written this for you. We want you to go this way, but you have the choice. You can't serve two masters, right? So to speak. Give thanks for this blessing and allow it to inspire and illuminate your heart and mind, which is great because you're balancing the divine feminine aspect with the divine masculine within yourself. Your ideas and inspirations are divinely guided, so trust them. Gold with quartz. It's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And honestly, I mean, look, when we get afraid, why wouldn't we resort to self-medication in some way, shape, or form, regardless of form? Just know that people in my life know people who've been addicted to being right. So when they are actually proven wrong, they go through a process of withdrawal. Can't sleep, can't eat, up and down, you know. So we all go through detox. And it's waning moon. This is like totally a waning moon read anyway. So no, it really, 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 really is. Let's get some tarot on the table. We got one healing system, 2 oracles. Let's go Daughters of the Moon. Find out what's going on inside of you, Massages. Heart, throat, third eye, crown, chakra correspondence. Please take a nice deep breath. My goddesses of fire in the sign of Sagittarius, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. What is it they need to be aware of inside of themselves this waning moon, involving their own heart, throat, third eye, crown, emotional power, willpower, mental power, spiritual power, the yin world, the world behind their eyes, the personal level of power, dealing with this addict archetype within themselves, someone else, larger situation, humanity at large, with the angel of divine timing, and gold with quartz, physically grounding, yet open to ideas and inspirations and good things coming, transforming their lives. This full moon in Libra, waning to new. In Aries, 2 pentacles. Balance, very much the juggler, and I love this version of it. It's the bull leapers, these women who would go into a ring with a bull, and they wouldn't kill it. They would run at it when it would charge, grab it by the horns. I'm not sure that's where grab the bull by the horns comes from, but it's not a bad image, as an origin at least, and flipping over them acrobatically. Right? Think of the stamina of the balance that needs to not get gored, Vidal. There really is that feeling here with this, particularly if you are juggling shit, dealing with an addict that's not you. Having to confront this, getting the inspiration, yet having that feeling of physical groundedness to stand your ground here and really keep that balance. Now, it's only a 2. There's usually a choice. Maybe not a decision, but a choice involved in a 2. Decisions are life-changing. Choices, not so much. Every choice has consequence, but level of, right? Level of choice, level of consequence, and decision is life-changing. I'm going to have another cup of coffee. That's a choice with a consequence. I'm going to, move to South America and farm my own beans. It's life-changing. This is not that. This is finding your equilibrium within you, perhaps probably juggling how this feels, this is feel, but I'm feeling in terms of action, of the action that you have to take here to confront an addiction, whether it's your own or somebody else's or whatever. Very clear. Let's, okay, also because they're saying, because throat chakra is one of the 2 dominant addiction centers here. So it's when the head says yes and the heart says no, or vice versa. What do you choose? For me, it's give me a cup of coffee, right? Give me coffee, right? Or a cigarette, right? Prayer cigarette. I only smoke cigarettes when I pray. I use them in sacred context. It's wickedly cut down on the amount of smoke in my life, certainly. An American spirit, yeah. Just saying. So I get that. So please breathe. My gods of fire, please. My gods of, there we go. My gods of fire and the sign of Sagittarius. I feel you. Please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus, sun watching this video, receiving this reading. What is it they need to be aware of outside of themselves? Perhaps how they appear from the outside looking in, or some physical aspect, root, sacrum, solar plexus energy, yang energy, the external world, first level of power that they need to be aware of, considering the addict archetype that needs to be alchemized from lead to gold with the angel of divine timing, gold with quartz, and an interior balance, two of pentacles, the bull leapers. What do they need to know about the physical aspect here? This full moon in Libra, okay. Waning to new in Aries, March into April 2021. Knight of Cups, the Pisces card. Okay. Now, that I would call a party turner. Now look, what I love about the tarot decks that I read is there's no ambiguity about zodiacal context, but nor does that mean that just because it's a court card that it means the sun, moon, rising, Venus sign of you or anybody else. It's really, to me, yes, it can represent a person, but it certainly represents more the house of the zodiacal wheel that the sign sits in. 12th house here, Pisces card, Knight of Cups. Certainly a romantic vibe to that, usually said, but with an addict archetype and divine timing here going on, this feels more like a message is being given or received, not a page, but some kind of offer of love here. Now, this need not be romantic love. We've got 3 more cards to hit the table. A healing system and 2, well, 1 technically. Not an oracle, but we'll see. But we're ending with the Whispers of Love oracle, which has cards in there like spiritual connection and blah, 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 right? So we'll see. But for right now, let's just say that there is this emotional movement. There is this very, very strong empathic connection. I'm Pisces moon. I'm very familiar with this. This feeling of a connection with somebody, but it's at a leisurely pace. The 4, in terms of speed and timing, it goes Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the 4 speeds of a horse. Gallop, canter, C-A-N-T-E-R, trot, and walk. So it's not that the Knight of Pentacles isn't moving, but the horse is at a walk, just moseying along. This is trot. Someone might be a little hot to trot here. But with that addictive pattern going on here in divine timing, this could very much have to do with a very toxic relationship that is getting ready to be alchemized. It is time. So hence to be with that gold, very, very grounded in your body, very, very clear about what your boundaries are. Oh, look at me, my legs. Well, you can't see my legs are crossed under the table, but look, solar plexus, right? At the same time, being open to ideas and inspiration here and balancing that out. Particularly if this is a family member, right? You know what I mean? It's like we're not going to immediately jump to the romantic sexual, because remember, codependence can be part, is a form of addiction, or at least we medicate ourselves in addictive ways as a result of codependent patterns, right? At least the pain of that. So I can feel that. The divine timing of this may be a come around, it may not. But you know, codependence starts in families, right? It's where you learn it from. So that's why immediately relating that to romantic sexual, that might be, but usually the pattern was in place long before that on either or both sides. Oh, well, forever young. Let's keep going. Carl Jung. The healing mantra deck, Matt Kahn, our second and of the 2 healing mantras here. This, I feel like if you got even if you got like a piece of gold and a piece of quartz that didn't necessarily grow together, you know, like if you have a gold ring, you put it around like a single terminated point quartz. Oh, such a bridge. Breathe and cross your legs, Mark. Yeah, my Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, we're just going to go with it, right? This feels definitely soul contract, whether it's twin flame or soulmate, who cares? What version of it, how it looks from the outside looking in, whether this is the Sagittarian playing the role of the Knight of Cups or someone coming towards them that they need to be aware of. Please, my Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading? Dealing with the Addict archetype, divine timing, gold and quartz, balance on the inner, Knight of Cups, Pisces on the outer, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries, March to April 2021. Integrating the ego, love it. Everything is for me, not against me. Now, of course, in Miracles says that this is not happening to you, it is happening for you. You're allowed to say, well, fuck. You're absolutely allowed to go, well, fuck that noise. It's still true. It's still the truth, actually. It's more than true. What's true is you're having an attitude about it in the moment, but the truth is that everything that happens in this holographic reality that we call life on planet Earth, etc., is set up for the evolution of the soul, not to integrate the ego, right? The ego, particularly Matt Kahn's definition, which I adore, one of which is the personality that arises from an overstimulated or, what's the word, inflamed nervous system. You know what you like when you're in pain, right? And what is an addict ever trying to soothe or calm down, really, if you think about it, but the pain of an inflamed nervous system, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right? So to really get that, even that is happening for us, and that it's the most, what does he say? It's the most dormant part of the soul, the part that's still incubating, the last bit to unravel and be integrated by the soul, right? Integrating the ego. Everything is for me, not against me. Integrating the ego. When your ego is integrated, there are no problems to fix or questions to answer. Oh, right? Oh, shoulder drop, right? There are just aligned responses of the soul's reality, all right? There are just the aligned responses of the soul's reality. In other words, that the soul and the ego are going to have different points of view on this stuff. Just as the aligned responses of the soul's reality, acknowledging life as the fertile ground where greater expansion is revealed, and it is true, but it's not the easiest thing in the world, is it? As you integrate your ego, every moment can be seen to be conspiring for your highest evolution instead of plotting against you. This is why allowing an addictive pattern to have authority over your spirit is the challenge. Every moment can be seen conspiring for your highest evolution instead of plotting against you, right? And that's what can drive us to an old pattern of addiction, an old response, I should say an old reaction instead of a new response, is that being triggered, right? Of feeling that it's all plotting against you. And believe me, when your nervous system is already overloaded, and then let's say, I don't know, a piece of technology that's supposed to work doesn't, boom. And you're a fire sign, right? This mantra is ideal for overcoming victimhood, being more grateful, and becoming more forgiving. Now, I have to say, I asked for a soulmate contract, you know, or at least a soul contract, a special division of the AMs, the Ascended Masters here. So whatever this contract is, whether it's twin flame or soulmate, we are certainly looking at something here that the soul needs, regardless of what the ego or the personality wants here. So, you know, that addict archetype, whether this is a codependent pattern, again, family, who cares, it's a general read, I'm not going there, it's at least not showing up, still got 2 more cards, but that it's really happening for you in some way, and you don't have to love that perspective in order to integrate it, right? And everything is for me, not against me. And believe me, there are days where I'm like, everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me. Tapping the crap out of myself, right? But it is still the truth, whether or not we believe it's true in the moment. In hindsight, we see it's true. The soul is always right. All right, the new deck, ladies and germs, we have got the Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Lucy Cavendish. Oh, it's a strong Italian name. That'll be my joke for like the next week, and I'll let it go. I like it so far. I'm gonna actually, well, unboxing is a moot point, but I am gonna review it. Haven't even read the bookie book yet. I wanted to give it a run, a series of 12 to see how I like it, and so far I like it. But the rhyme and the meter, I'm verbal. I'm a verbal Virgo. Hashtag verbal Virgo. All right, both feet on the floor. Here we go. This is the pantheon of the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism. Breathe. There we go. All right, the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism. Please, one card in clarity, a magical spell card for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with the addict archetype in some way, shape, or form, needing to call upon the angel of divine timing, because this is just a matter of time, with gold with quartz, I should say, and gold with quartz, with Two of Pentacles, that balance on the inner, like really finding their balance, ready to step into that Third of Pentacles, creating that action of stability, a stable foundation. But with that Knight of Cups riding in, trotting in right there, not so sure if that's them or not, but there's definitely an emotional movement, definitely something emotional and empathic perhaps going on here with integrating the ego, everything happening for them, not to them, for them. What do you got? The spell card, ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. What a Sagittarian word. Good cheer. Be of good cheer, my Sagittarians, notch thine arrows with thine dull puns and bludgeon the world with them. Good cheer with kind heart and humor free. May good cheer ride, so mote it be. Oh my God, I think they got the meter right. Let's find out. With kind heart and humor free, 7. May good cheer rule, so mote it be. It's a 7-8, but it's okay. It's got an okay beat. You can dance to it. With kind heart and humor free, may good cheer rule, so mote it be. I could futz with that. I can make that work. I don't know how. We're not going to do it during a reading, but I can make that work. Give me a Post-it and a pencil. I'm just a stickler for rhyme and meter. I can't help it. I'm just well trained. Tell your friends. So yeah, you know, what a powerful thing here. Because the thing with good cheer, right, with kind heart and humor free, right, to be the Sag about it, to be lighthearted about it, to be loving about it, while being aware that there is an addictive pattern in place here. That, yes, certainly shadow work is indicated with dealing with an addiction from lead to gold, really any kind of alchemy, obviously. But with the process of divine timing here, I just have to wonder how that's going to play in. Now, if you already have an idea what this is, please do comment below. Because there are other spell cards there, right, that could have come out. The good cheer is just very decidedly Sagittarian, right? You're the most gregarious, the most friendly, I think. Different than Aquarians. Aquarians are friends too, but they're a bit more distant. You're like, come on, let's have fun. Let's laugh about this. Now, I'm going to say, in terms of coping with something like that, certainly if you get that, that everything is for you, not against you, then that does give you a certain lightheartedness that you can kind of play with here with good cheer and maybe a good way of going through this. Now, I will also say, you know, you don't have to go all Willow on this. You don't have to be casting good cheer spells in order to, what, spiritually, magically bypass emotions of addiction. But I am saying, if you are dealing with somebody who is that addict, and that is not you, might help you keep your chin up, so to speak. Last card down. This deck has been such a party turner at the last moment, right? Last card down, the Whispers of Love Oracle, also by Blue Angel Publishing. Let's see, we've got the spell cards from them, the Crystal Oracle, and this one. I got a lot of their stuff, the Kuan Yin and the Blue Angel Oracle. Yeah, no, I really like their stuff. Please take a nice deep breath. I would let them do my deck. DECK. Make sure with my New York accent I don't get demonetized for that. Yeah, the higher selves have all involved. Oh, yes. Both feet on the floor, please. One card in clarity. Higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight they most need to deal with this addict archetype that needs to be dealt with the Angel of Divine Timing, which does make sense with a thing of good cheer. Maybe things are not as severe as one would think, but that gold with quartz really staying grounded, like physically grounding, yet open to ideas and inspiration that might absolutely bring some good cheer, new ways of seeing this stuff while they're keeping their balance. 2 of Pentacles on the inside with this Knight of Cups on the outside. Not exactly sure how that plays into this, unless that's them with that good cheer saying, yeah, but look, we'll get through this. I love you, and it's all a matter of timing. And it's very soulmate-ish if that is true, regardless of the form of relationship, but that integrating the ego, this is happening for them, not just to them, not really even to them, all for them. With that good cheer, kind heart, and humor-free, may good cheer rule, so mote it be. This full moon in Libra to new moon in Aries, what's their whisper of love? Be willing to express love. With that Knight of Cups, this is you. Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. Now, I just want to see if someone else got this one, because it's this one shows up a bit. Be willing to express love. The Cancerians got that, the Cancer card. So you might want to check that out if you are dealing with a Cancerian in some way, shape, or form, or if you've got planets there as well. Be willing to express love, 3rd chakra. Now, as I said, well, self-expression, right? Are you going to spit it out? Are you going to swallow it? Or are you going to chew on it for a little bit more before you do either, right? Well, 3rd chakra really indicated here with this addict archetype here, particularly in terms of weighing your options, right? A choice having to be made of what you're going to say. Are you going to express love? Now, I got to say, right, 12th house, Pisces, the mystic and the addict. Those are also the polarities, right? The dolphin and the shark of the 2 fish of Pisces. So, yeah, this could be both. You know, sometimes it's from the outside looking in, or someone involved, particularly when it's a court card in the position of the card. But sometimes it's just holographic. It's all of that. So a real expression of love here. Now, look, if you're, just for an example, maybe there's somebody in your life from the past coming back around, if you want this in a romantic context, right? That's just been a matter of divine timing, and they've worked their stuff out, right? And with that gold and with quartz, you can totally be open to the higher vibration of all this and the spiritual upper chakra, shmakra, and all of that. But to be grounded, right? To be in the physical body, to know what your boundaries are. And 2 of Pentacles, feel it out, feel it out, feel it out over a waning moon. As this person may very well be trotting into your life, or yours and you into theirs, and maybe the same thing. Simultaneously integrating the ego, getting that the soul's got a plan here. Everything is for me, not against me. That doesn't mean it's not going to be a challenge, but that you can be of good cheer with this, with kind heart and humor-free. Good cheer rules, so mote it be. Being willing to express love. This does make sense. This does make sense. I don't know. For a waning moon read, though, I'm just, you know, and it's true. Some say once an addict, always an addict. But remember, everybody has addictive patterns, too. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, my pantheons of the divine, particularly Archangel Michael, please, may the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries, that they may wisely be willing to express love. When they express love, they begin to receive more love with good cheer, with their kind heart and humor-free good cheer ruling, so mote it be, as they find their internal balance, kind of weighing their options within themselves, working with the Angel of Divine Timing. There may not be any rush going on here while they stay grounded and open to their inspiration and ideas coming in with gold, with quartz, dealing with this Piscean energy of the Knight of Cups, whether that's them, the other, or both, trotting forward with some kind of willingness to express love, alchemizing that addict archetype from lead to gold, helping them recognize and confront addictive behavior while working the mantra that they need of integrating the soul, that everything is for me, not against me, so that they may heal, they may grow, they may learn, they may alchemize more lead into gold with good cheer and being willing to express love for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So would it be. And so it is. There's your read. If you liked it, like it. Want more, subscribe. Click the bell. Click the bell. Click the bell, right? Comment. And if you want to check out my book, click the link. You don't even need Kindle anymore to get a Kindle book. You get the Kindle app, apparently. That's what I did. And if you want to come party with me, check me out on Facebook. All my links, my Insta, all that stuff is down there. Come play with me, my Sagittarius crabby asses. Let's go hunting. Springtime is hitting New York. So let's see what pops up from the woods, shall we? Otherwise, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very, very blessed of this full moon in Libra to new in Aries, my beloved Sagittarius crabby asses. I love you so much. I love your guts. Hell. Farewell and blessed be.